Hi everyone, and welcome to my brand new series, Noob Learns League of Legends. Now before we go any further, I just want to make it clear that I'm not being unkind to anyone else's League of Legends ability. I am the noob in question, so I am going to be the one learning how to play. This video, first up, is just going to be a bit of an introduction, explaining to you what the point of the series is, what my current skill level is, all those kind of things. And then there'll be more videos to come where I do some actual learning in the future. So in terms of why I created these videos, why I'm going to create these videos, I really want to kind of help out people who are discovering League of Legends. It's been going on a long time now, but there are still people just discovering it for the first time. And I think it can have a level of mystique. It can be a little bit impenetrable to new people. So hopefully by showing that new players are playing it and coming in and learning how to do it for the first time, hopefully that will encourage some people to take it up, to do it, and to learn along with me. I think there may be, hopefully, as we go along, something that even slightly more experienced players can learn. It always helps to revisit some of the basics, some of the fundamentals. And let's be honest, there's nothing quite like seeing a noob learning to play to remind you of some of the real fundamentals and basics. So hopefully that will help. I hope it will be interesting and entertaining, and maybe even some of the more experienced people can have a bit of a laugh at some of the stupid mistakes I make and how I kind of address them and learn from them in the future. And I'm very happy for people to enjoy it for that reason. I think that League of Legends has a bit of a reputation for having some toxic players. Unfortunately, from the little bit of experience I have, that does seem to be a fair reputation. In some cases, there are lots of brilliant and excellent, lovely people who play League of Legends. But I hope that perhaps in doing this as well, people might be able to kind of learn to grow a little bit maybe, and see that not everyone who's playing badly is out to ruin their day, but maybe they really are just learning, and maybe just kind of cut them a little slack. You can see I'm already off to a slightly dubious start. My health is very low already at this early stage of the game. So that's why I'm going to be creating the videos. In terms of how noob I really am, I've already mentioned I have a little bit of experience of League of Legends. I have actually played quite a few games against the computer before. This is what's called a bot game, so I'm playing against computer opponents here. I've played quite a few of that type of game. Oh, am I about to die? I can't remember. I've played quite a lot of bot games before, but I've played very few games against actual human opponents, which are very different. You can play bot games without really having the level of understanding and knowledge of the game that you need really to fight against humans. So that's kind of where I am. I've never been ranked. League of Legends has a ranking system, so you try and play against people of your similar ability. I've never even got into the ranking system. So from that point of view, I really am, I think, a noob. That's why I describe myself like that. I understand the basics. I understand about, killing minions, about how you win, buying the very basics of buying equipment, all of that kind of stuff. Oh yes, I'm about to get my first kill. Look at that, with the help of the jungler. So I do understand the basics. My plan is to do some videos where I really go into explaining some of those absolute basics from someone who doesn't really understand a great deal more than that. But I think hopefully that will help, again, some of the really new players, some of the people who don't necessarily know what League of Legends is about, but they're interested in playing. I know at the moment the World Championships of League of Legends is going on, and so it might well be that there are some people who kind of get into it from doing that. And yeah, hopefully it will help people, as well as providing a little bit of entertainment as well. So that's kind of how noob I am when I say that I'm noob. I also want to talk a little bit about why I'm playing League of Legends, what it is that interests me about it. I am, if you've seen any of my other videos, you will have a very clear idea by this point that I am a big old nerd, and I have no objection to being called that or describing myself as that. I love computer games generally. I've played a lot of Warcraft in my time, things like that. But I'm also very into sport. I am a big fan of a number of sports. I think football or soccer is probably the biggest sport I follow, but I love rugby, cricket. You can tell I'm from the UK when I start talking about things like cricket. Basically any sport, and I love the kind of sporting aspect of a game like League of Legends. It kind of brings together sport and computer games in a way that, I mean, there are lots out there now which get described as esports, but a lot of the kind of more traditional computer games don't really have that element to it. And that's why I think I want to learn to play with other humans rather than just playing against the computer. Because for me, that's part of the appeal of League of Legends, is that kind of sporting element of it, I think. So that's kind of why I want to learn. I have some friends who are very into it. I have one of my absolute best friends is a very good League of Legends player. And it would be great to be able to play with them a bit and things. So, you know, all different reasons. But I think that really the kind of esport element of it is what really draws me into League of Legends. But whatever your reason for doing it, I hope you'll find something interesting in these videos. So in terms of what to expect from the channel, I think I'm about to die. No, I've made it away again. I've got very lucky sometimes in this battle, it seems. So there will be gameplay videos. So obviously you can see me here. I'm playing, as I mentioned, I'm playing against the computer. I'm playing against bots. For the most part, the videos will be against humans. That's where I really want to improve. So there will be those gameplay videos. There will also be some more explanation videos. As I say, I want to kind of talk about some of the real basics of League of Legends to help people who've never logged in before to understand what the game's about. And also, I guess, some slightly more advanced things. So, this is well timed. You'll see me backing here and going shopping. Items which you can buy are one of the really big things which can influence how your champion plays, the amount of damage they do, all those kind of things. At the moment, I have essentially no idea how they work. I just buy whatever the computer recommends for me. I just pick up whatever I can afford of them. Similarly, runes are another way of kind of customizing your champion, and they're not really an area that I know anything about. I know of their existence, but that's another area I need to learn. So I want to make videos kind of explaining those things, about how to get into them, where you can learn about that stuff. So there'll be those things as well. And I think also another area that's important, in my limited understanding of these things, another area that's important is in understanding the matchup. So against the other champions who you're fighting, you know, what their abilities are, how they work, all those kind of things. I've been slain. Lots of things there in terms of explanation videos and things of that nature. I'll touch briefly on as well. You can see here that my champion is Garen. So that's the kind of person that I'm in control of. So they have their own abilities, they have their own strengths and weaknesses, all those kind of things. And I'm fighting in the top lane. So if you look at the map in the bottom right corner, you can see there's kind of 3 paths to go through. And I've taken the top one, and that's where Garen generally lives. And I think I've chosen to have a top lane champion and play in the top lane for a couple of reasons. I think I am told that top lane is generally the most independent, I suppose, of the lanes. So there's least interaction, there's least requirement for other players to get involved. You did see earlier on that a jungler popped up, someone on my team popped up to help out. And that does happen, and obviously it is a team game, so it is never completely independent, but it allows you to learn and grow in a way which is a bit less dependent on other people around you. And really that also means they're a bit less dependent on me in some ways. So as I'm learning, while I'm still a noob, I'm not having as much of a negative impact, hopefully, on other people's games. And I also picked Garen because I had a look at a few bits and pieces, and I spoke to some people who play League of Legends, and they recommended Garen as a champion who can be kind of strong on their own and do their own thing, but also when you get good with them, they can really actually make a really big impact on the game, what they call carrying the game. And I think, again, as I learn and grow, I do want to be able to have a big impact on the game. I don't want to get to the stage where, you know, I've managed to get a lot better, but actually I can't really progress because I'm in groups with people who maybe haven't learned as much. And again, I definitely don't want to be mean to anybody. I'm not trying to be flame anyone or be toxic or anything like that, because, you know, everybody is learning and everybody is figuring out how to play the game. But as I learn and grow, I want to be able to improve and move on into better ranks and things like that. And I think that from what I understand, Garen is an important, is a good champion to be able to do that with. So those are kind of a lot of the decisions that I took as I was deciding how to put this together. I think if you look at the way I'm playing, obviously if you also are a noob, you may not be able to identify lots of mistakes and things that I make, but he says just as he dies. I think that I will also be able to kind of look back and see how that gameplay is going. There are lots of things that I know already that I want to improve. So here is an example. I am actually looking around at what's going in the other lanes, but I don't look nearly enough at the map, the mini map in the bottom right, to know what the general game state is. And I think that, again, that's really a factor, I think, of playing a lot of games against bots, where you can really predict at any time what they're going to do because they're programmed to act in particular ways, whereas against humans it's much more unpredictable and you need to be able to see what the other champions on your own team and the other team are doing. I think I placed one ward in this entire game, and wards allow you to see what's going on, see where your opponents are. So that's, again, an important area that I need to improve. I think there are lots of areas. Obviously, you know, I am, as I noted, a noob. I have lots of areas I need to improve. And this will allow me to get better in a slightly accountable way and hopefully help others to get better as well. Yeah, I got him. I'll show you Master Yi. So, yeah, that's kind of where we are. I think my plan is to do some... if you've seen my Goblin Squire Investigates videos, you'll know I'm a researcher. So I'm happy to go away and do some reading, have a look at guides of how to play, ways to get more out of my champion, and I can then share that with you, a viewer. So hopefully that can help out. There are lots and lots of other people playing on their Twitch streaming or on YouTube or whatever it might be, and I can watch some videos, get a better idea. But my idea really is to be able to present some of that stuff in a way that will help me but will also help you. So condense some of that stuff down, maybe take some of the jargon out of it. I know I've spoken a little bit about some of the basic jargon, and if you're completely new, you might not necessarily understand everything I've said, but that's where some of the really basic guides will come in. I don't want to assume that anyone watching this video already knows how to play. There are better ways of learning to play at a very high level than watch someone start from the very bottom. But hopefully I can find ways to help. Hopefully you can hear from the way I'm talking, I'm pretty chilled out about these things. I'm not going to get really aggressive. Even when people are kind of aggressive with me, it kind of water off a duck's back a little bit. So hopefully it will be a bit more of a chilled out way. No aggression, I can't promise no frustration, but a bit less frustration. And a kind of easy way to learn a little bit about League of Legends. That's really the goal. I followed Master Yi bot all the way down here to get another kill on him. He was clearly my nemesis in this game. And yeah, so that's kind of the goal. We've got a few minutes left of this game now. Here I am back in the shop, just picking whatever it is that's kind of affordable and on the recommended list. Another thing I need to improve is I often find myself looking at the shop while I'm still on the map, I press to go back, and then I just open the shop immediately and don't pay attention to what's going on around me. So yeah, that's another area that I think I could do with improving. But this is the first time I've watched myself back playing a game, and I've already noticed things that I would do differently, ways that I could improve, yeah, things which I maybe would see other people doing and think, what are you doing? But when you're in the middle of the battle, you don't necessarily see all these things. So I've decided apparently to go back and push the top wave in to get some more time in, try and get another wave hitting the base. We probably could have just pushed down mid and one at this point, but again, I am trying to play in a way that would make sense against humans, and not just the fact that I'm playing bots exploit the fact that you know what they're going to do at any given time. Because I think probably the amount of games against the computer I've played can almost be a disadvantage, because you do just kind of sit there and think, oh well, I know exactly what's going to happen here. I can predict the way the computer will respond to specific situations. I say that, and I've just got myself massively caught under a turret and taking turret shots. So I'm clearly not that good at predicting what the computer's going to do. I just got the kill in the end. Brilliant. So yeah, and there's the turret down as well. Yes, I think I am probably a little over-aggressive in the way that I play sometimes, and I strongly suspect that human players would be able to exploit that in a way that it's maybe not quite so easy for bots to. So yeah, I think there's a lot of learning, adapting, just figuring out how to play the game in a different way. Yeah, and then we can march on the base here. Lovely. Yeah, so this actually was quite a quick game, which makes a nice introductory video, I think. I don't necessarily want to be just spending 40 minutes plus on a game explaining what's going on. I think we'll want to get into some proper gameplay, and as I think it's probably fairly obvious at this point, I'm kind of commentating on this back. I played this game a few days ago because I wanted to be able to focus on what I was saying and introducing the channel and all of that stuff at this point. But in the future, I will probably aim to kind of commentate a little bit as I go along in some of the videos. Some of the videos where I will be doing a bit more of the analytical stuff, I will record the game beforehand and then look back and really be able to analyse what I'm doing, because I think it's hard to analyse your own play while you're playing. All of the things that I was doing here, where I thought I was being very sensible and being not being incredibly over aggressive, here, yeah, I'm clearly about to die because we haven't got any minions attacking the base, and there's all of these champions just respawning there. So I clearly should have pulled back there. Yeah, this is going to be, what's this, my third death, I think. There's no getting away when you're in that deep. So yeah, there we go. So, but my KDA at this point, so that's kills, deaths, and assists, which you can see at the top right. So I've killed 5 people, I've died 3 times, and I've assisted killing 2 other people, which I think is fairly reasonable for a new player, albeit, as noted, we are up against bots. But I think for a good player, I've seen people come into bot games and get sort of 30 kills against bots. So plenty still for me to learn, which is good, because it would be a bit of a shame for an introductory video to a series about learning to play League of Legends if I was already amazing. But I think it's fairly safe to say at this point that I am not already amazing. Oh, I bet I'm about to be over-aggressive again. I don't have a very good memory, and so in some ways this is like just giving me as much of a surprise in these things as you are. Oh, I clearly wasn't paying attention there, because if you look on the minimap, I've just run into the middle of 3 of them. And, oh, I'm not about to die again, am I? Oh no. Oh, phew, we got away. That would have been horrendous. Oh, and I got an assist on someone. So someone else managed to get a kill. Someone managed to slay Master Yi, and I got an assist, which is always nice. But I think now there should be enough of us and enough minions that I think we should be able to push in a win here. But then clearly I thought that last time. So hopefully with the kind of benefit of hindsight a little bit now, where I'm able to analyse it a bit more, hopefully my understanding of the game is better. Yeah, so we're about to win. So there we go. So that's my introductory video. I hope you found it interesting, and I hope that you will stick around and see some more of the videos. If you are interested, like, subscribe, do all those things. I'll see you again soon.